Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Good morning on this beautiful, sunny, gorgeous day. I don't know if you've noticed that for the past few days, we've had the most glorious blue sky with no clouds. And I wonder why that is. I think we all do. So I am just going to connect all my other channels together. Let me do that now while I'm waiting for you to come. I have some very important information for you today, quite exciting, in fact. So I can't wait to share with you the subject of today's live, which is all about finding safety and where do we actually find safety in those crazy times we found ourselves in, or rather, those crazy times that we've co-created as well. So welcome, beautiful people. So today I want to talk to you about the true source of safety. Where does the safety actually come from? And for me, and I would be delighted to hear, how do you find peace and safety in those crazy times yourself? I also want to talk to you about something amazing that I am about to start and I need your help with. And it is actually a podcast which is going to talk about the blessings of challenging times, including coronavirus. And then we're going to do wonderful meditation at the end with our angels and archangels to bring peace, serenity, calm to all the people that we know and the planet. So I'm really glad that you've joined me. Good morning, Melanie. Good morning, Rosanna, Renata. And Melanie says, I'm feeling very safe right now through simplicity and being home. Exactly. Beautiful. Thank you so much. Who else has joined me? Wonderful. Matilda, thank you so much for joining. Okay, so let me start. So quite a few people who I speak to at the moment ask me, how do you find peace in this situation? How come you are so peaceful? And I'm observing people, and some of them are getting more scared, and some of them are dropping deeper into the being, into the soul, into the connection with the divine. And I'm quite delighted to see that some people, even in these crazy times, are finding a greater level of peace. And I just wondered, what is the difference between those who are becoming more and more scared and the people who are becoming more and more peaceful, even though they may have no income, even though they may have lost their job, even though we are facing very uncertain future. So this whole idea of exploring came. Where do you find the source of your peace? So guys, I would love you to comment as I go along, because I would love to know what you do and what do you think and how you're being around this whole situation, because your ideas may help other people as well, may even help me. So okay, but let me share about when I sort of broke down the reasons why I feel quite peaceful right now, with some, wobbles here and there, which I admit, and others. So there's about 4 or 5 different elements that I was able to separate them to. So the first one that I absolutely see it's working really, really well, it's my deepened and deepening connection with my soul and with the divine. So understanding that I'm part of something much bigger, much greater, that everything that is happening right now could be a divine plan, who knows, okay, and is something in its core positive. And how do I know that? I'm going to talk about all those elements. I know that because I have the connection with the divine, I have the connection with my soul, I speak to my soul on a regular basis, I ask questions, and I'm able to expand beyond my own little life, my home, my work, my income, my health, me. I'm able to expand to much bigger picture. And so that comes from me being connected with my soul. What comes here, it's strange because even though I've lost my main sources of income, I feel at peace. Tuesday was the first time I felt so liberated. I cancelled all of my outgoings and I felt free. I realized that I've been a slave to payments, busyness, and external systems. I know I will work things out, but stressing is not going to help. I would really love to know who has actually said it, because I don't have your name here. So this system sometimes doesn't show the name. So I would love you to tell me what your name is. I'm enjoying the freedom of surrender and feel great part of the collective. Only thing I feel anxious about is that it's cutting into my dating time. Who said that? Oh my God, I love that. Yes, it's cutting into your dating time. I'm calm. It's silence in my heart. Yes, both messages. Okay. So whoever said that they are annoyed about not being able to date, you can still date. Do you know, a friend of mine has fallen in love deeply, and she knows she's going to marry this man, and she's never actually met him in person because she can't. And they speak online, they see each other on Zoom, and their relationship is growing. She says, I wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning. The first thing I do, I speak to him, and then I speak to him throughout the day, and we cook together. He speaks to my son. You never know. You see, you can date online now. Okay. So let's go back to how do I find peace. And so the first thing that I want to share with you is that it's quite fascinating. When I keep on looking at this whole situation, I keep on being brought back constantly to the bigger picture. Okay. And there is a combination of me knowing I'm not this body, that if I even though I would be maybe called to die, I'm not particularly attached to this body, to this world. I love it. I love my body. I love this world. I've got so much more fun to have and so much more to contribute. But if it's my time to go, I am absolutely fine to go at any time. And I think for people who don't have that connection and that belief, they are absolutely in a situation that could actually be shaken, right? And I've spoken to my mom, as you know, I've mentioned her a few times, and she said, I said, Mom, are you a bit worried that you catch the virus? And she said, well, I don't go out of the house, I stay in. But she says, if it's my time to go, bloody hell, she says, I'll be so glad to go. I know I'm going home. I know where I'm going. So I have total and absolute peace about that. So I love her for that. I have exactly the same thing. In fact, maybe some people may not like me saying this, but for years and years and years, I don't know why, I had a slight obsession with reading stories about people who have died and came back. And some of my clients had this situation, and they all say that none of them wanted to come back to this planet because it was so amazing, so wonderful. So even if they had children, husband, extended family, and wonderful life and wonderful job, none of them wanted to come back. It was only the divine love who said, listen, it's not your time, you must go back. So knowing that and having that connection, it's absolutely very, very important. What else do we have? Danny Blackness said the dating comment, and the surrender comment, I will try online dating. Yes, absolutely. This is the time of online dating and trying to connect with people deeper than ever before without being able to touch them, kiss them, lick them, hug them. I believe everything is happening for the bigger reason. Well, that's precisely the point. 100% agree with your mom. I'm happy to go if I need to. I would feel very differently if I had children. I've loved my experience here, but I know there is so much more at home. Moms are best. They teach timeless wisdom and love. Not all of them. My mom does. Okay. So that was the very, very important thing that I would like to share with you. The second one is, for many, many, many years, I practice the embrace of the good and the bad, if you know what I mean. And so even though people say, oh, you are so positive, and I would actually say they are not really that positive and optimistic, that I see the bigger picture, and I embrace the shit and the light at the same time, and the shadow. And that's why I've created the expansion game and working with the fear, right? That if you actually look at the worst possible scenario and you prepare for that. So let's just say what would the worst possible scenario, in my case, wouldn't be to die, because it would probably be one of the best. But probably the worst possible scenario would be, I was talking about it with my boyfriend yesterday, because I got a message from someone that said, be careful, watch out, prepare. The next stage of this whole process will be that we will be disconnected from the phone, from the computer, the petrol stations will be closed down, and only something like that. It was a very scary, very scary information. And I was thinking, why is it so? Why would I be so scared if I lost my connection to the phone and connection to the computer? And I laughed at it, but actually, I have to be honest, I can't imagine a worse thing and the best thing if we are for some time disconnected from this, that I will lose connection with my family in Poland, I would lose connection with you, and with the world, and with the information and the updates, and all I will have left is the news. Or maybe even if there was no electricity, I would not know what would happen. And I slowly started falling into the possibility and embracing it and breathing into it. And I started actually feeling excited about it. I said, wow, my God, if this whole thing is happening for one reason and one reason only, to wake us up, okay? To wake us up from this dream that we're in, and from the damage that we're creating to ourselves and the world, and really reset us and really upgrade us as humanity, wouldn't that actually be fantastic and powerful, to switch, to disconnect people from the electricity, from the computers, just for a while? I mean, like maybe for a few days or for a week or 2 weeks. Wouldn't that be the most powerful reset for the kids who are actually now constantly, and the teenagers, on the computer, and they are not actually holding eye contact with their family and the parents? Wouldn't that be amazing? So the moment I started looking at the bigger picture, I started actually getting quite excited about it, because now I see that one of the biggest things that keeps people away from their peace is often social media. And before, it was comparing ourselves, wasting a lot of time on it, scrolling, reading shit. But now it's also getting information in that are contradictory, and some of them are very scary. So what else do we have in it? Yeah, so one of the very, very important things is the understanding, something that gives me peace, of the dualistic reality of this planet, and that there is never ever anything on this planet which is either good or bad. It's actually quite neutral, but there is a bigger picture behind it. So I want to share with you the next level down, the next point that I can't wait to tell you the last thing, but the next thing is very, very important, is what gives me greater peace than ever before. It's the connection with my intuition. So, as some of you know, I speak to my soul, I speak to angels, I sometimes speak to people who have passed on, although I'm not a medium. And a few days ago, I have decided to speak to coronavirus, to COVID-19. And so I want to share with you what he said, because he appeared to me as a very handsome, metallic, looking like a soldier with a sword. And whatever fears I have left before of this whole situation, or maybe of the virus, I had a very powerful extended conversation with him. And I have made a note of all of that. I was writing quite rapidly. Now, some people may listen to it and they may think, my God, she's a little bit nuts, you know, and that may be true. But I actually thought, if I can speak to people's souls, I can speak to the angels. Many times during sessions, I have spoken to people's ancestors. They've come to the session and they've passed on the information. I said, what would stop me from actually speaking to the blooming coronavirus? And I did, you know, and I spoken with great respect. And he basically said this. I mean, I'm giving you the essence because the conversation lasted quite a long time. And he said, my main purpose of coming, it's not to kill you guys, it's to give you life, better life, to wake you up and to stop you from running within this unconscious madness. And I actually asked the coronavirus, I said, well, people are doing a lot of great things on the planet right now, and they pray in church, they do meditations, they pray that very quickly you disappear. And he said, don't pray for that, because I will only go when I know my work is done. So I said to him, well, when will you know your work is done? And he says, I'm almost there. He says, but I'm here to upgrade people's consciousness and raise the vibration and wake people up from the dream, because you are a little bit like zombies. You are in this trance of doing more, having more, not respecting yourself, your bodies, your health, other people, and most importantly, the planet. You just take it for granted and you just take and destroy. And he also says, and now you spend all this time on the computer and not connecting with yourself. And he said, the moment that you will make a decision that you need to live differently, that you need to change the way you live as a person and live the best way you can. So it has got a positive effect on you and positive effect on your family, your friends, your colleagues, your co-workers, but also the whole planet. He says, you need to keep in mind that you're all connected. So all your decisions need to be checking in. What kind of effect will it have on the rest of my planet if I buy this bag full of plastic and packaging and things that my child will use for 2 days, and then I will throw it away? And he says, there is no away. People, will you understand? There is no away. Where is the away? He says, there is no away. Okay, so and he says, if you may spend a few days, few weeks without needing to spend money and time on the unnecessary things, and you go in, then you will find the solutions, because you'll be forced to living more simply, to living with more consideration, living more with love. And he says the whole consciousness on the planet is already changing, because everybody's realized that the life cannot be the same as it used to be. So Zina says, yes, my intuition says, don't worry, it's good. Now you have time to talk to yourself more. Exactly. Now, what I have noticed, that people who've used this time to connect more deeply with themselves, they have increasing sense of peace. The people who have been reading news and spreading the energy amongst the news, the good and the bad, they have the more increasing level of anxiety. So I think that so by the way, I have enjoyed speaking to the coronavirus, and I have to say that at the end of the conversation, I had such an incredible sense of peace that I just did it before I went to sleep, that I slept very well, and I woke up very peaceful and very excited. Because yet again, I have been reassured that there is a bigger thing going on in here, and the coronavirus is not actually kill us all here. It will not, but it's here to upgrade, raise the consciousness, and wake us up, but wake you up, wake me up. And the question is, how can I live every day in a way that I will live my life in the best possible way, but keeping in mind that I have an important part to play in creating the new world. Okay. And I think in creating the new world is completely impossible if we don't go in deeper than ever before in silence, meditation, and contemplation, and diving deeper into the core of our being. So metaphorically, we're all locked in the house, and some of us actually feel like it is it's like prison, and some of us actually feel like it's a retreat, finally long awaited retreat. Some of my friends actually said to me, I have prayed for months for years for a time where I can stop running around like crazy and I can come off the wheel, and that I have some time with my kids finally, and that I can be peaceful. And she said, finally, the time has come. Never expected it, that it will come that way, but it has come. So I was thinking, well, it's your fault then that you've intended it. And there we go, you've created it. Your mind is so powerful. But the truth is that every single one of us is actually created it and asked for it. So guys, if you think about this whole situation, that it is something that you've always waited for, that it is a moment, can you actually think about that? You've been waiting for this situation all your life, and now it has arrived. What is there to be afraid of? I know that some people may disagree with me, but I absolutely think that at some level, we've been waiting for the world to stop for a few days, for a few weeks. So when it restarts again, it's a different quality to the speed and to the focus. Eva says, my peace is coming from being away from stress at work. Paradoxically, staying at home gives me freedom and happiness. I realize that stress at work kills me more than fear of COVID-19. This is incredible, Eva. Thank you so much for sharing this. My peace is productive. Day by day, I am closer to myself, and this feeling gives me power. And so the question, Eva, is when we are able to return to work, what can you do differently in order to be in an environment that is not stressful? The question is this environment stressful for you or for everybody? And do you need to change the job, or something needs to happen in this current job that you wear, that it's actually destroying everybody, and someone needs to stand up and do something to create better conditions for the employees? Because you see, so many people say to me that when Monday comes, when the end of Sunday comes, they feel so sick in the pit of their stomach, and they say to me, I need to go to work to earn money, but I hate it, and it kills me. Every time I go to work, it kills me a little bit more. I mean, so number one, are you in the right job? Could you have a different job? Or do we need to change the way all organizations are run? And is the stress necessary? Quite a few clients told me that the deadlines that they have, they were actually working for banks, I think. But the deadlines they have, they often are told the deadline is for yesterday, and it needs to be done by 6 a.m. next day. And because something terrible will happen. And a lot of people go home, feed the kids, do whatever they need to do, and they work throughout the night. Or some of them actually even stayed in the office occasionally. And I was thinking, is it true that we have those fucking deadlines like that? How did we get there? Why do we create those deadlines? And who is it good for? It definitely is not good for the people who work there. Fran, yes, I agree. It's time to pause, reflect, renew, and start afresh after having remembered what is really important. Now, the thing that I would like to really underline here is very, very important, is that we as humans, we are fully responsible for what we're creating out there. And it's not your employer or your business that has the power. It's you, collectively, all of us. So if you fucking don't like it, I'm really sorry, I've swore twice, you need to change something about it. Get the people together, get someone who can come and speak to the organization about setting it in a different way, so it doesn't create so much stress, exhaustion, and all those things that we do not want to do. But now we actually have a chance to look at what doesn't work. Like Eva said in here, the stress of going to work is a lot bigger than stress of COVID-19. So there we go. That shows you something, right? Do we have other information here? Let me just check. Yes. So taking everything together. So knowing that everything has got a bigger plan, bigger purpose, that it's not happening all for to kill us, but it's actually giving us a chance to have a better life, connection with the intuition, connection with your soul, and utilizing this time to go deeper, right? Not resisting, not pretending that it's dangerous, because people are bloody dying. Lots of people died, okay? So it's not being overly positive. Oh, well, it's not going to get me. It's actually being prepared for everything and go deeper. And as I've spoken to you last time and the time before, there's certain things that we can do that bulletproof our immunity to the point that that we are actually safe. I actually want to say to you that I've read quite a lot of things recently, and I listened to a doctor yesterday. Maybe I can connect it here to this live. I listened to a doctor who he said actually that he's been testing a lot of different things on his patients, and he says there's certain things right now already that completely get rid of the virus, and it's not a vaccine. There's certain drugs available that can get rid of it, and including very high doses of vitamin C, which is completely free. And he says the people who are treated with high dosage of vitamin C, and Chinese know about it, none of them died, he said. And there's two things he always recommends: high doses of vitamin C, and then when people get sort of funny throat, is to gargle with salt water, gargle with antiseptic things, including propolis. He said that it can almost kill the virus because it moves down the body and it sits here for the first few days. That's what he said. I don't know if it's true. It's the doctor who says that. And he showed a lot of proof towards it, that he says, I believe we already have the answers of reducing the amount of people getting sick. And he said one of them is vitamin C, but there's lots of other ones there. And the other thing he said, please use very little the phone, switch it off as often as you can, and do not use Wi-Fi. If you can connect directly to the plug, to the phone connection, is much better, much healthier for you, especially around those times. He says spend as much time on the earth, walk barefoot. And so I will connect you with this information. I will put it in. There's lots of other things to boost our immunity, and that's not the purpose for me to talk about it, but there's lots of things we can do. Now, the last thing that I wanted to say is, and I've mentioned it before, but it's so important, is that this time gives us time to change the way we work and the way we share our gifts and talents with people. And so I, for instance, started doing things that I procrastinated on many months, and on some occasions even years. I want to give you an example. And so I, as you know, I have this amazing CD called Successful Heart, and people love it and gives them lots of peace, and it helps them to attract miracles into their life. And this CD has got a morning meditation on it, and people often they listen to this, they start the day focused, loving, open-hearted, blessing people, and they say to me, I can never tell you how powerful this meditation is, because when I use it, I have the most phenomenal day. If I don't use it, my day is not phenomenal as much, and not as peaceful, not as flowing, miracle filled. So I've actually recorded this CD probably 15 years ago, and still it's going strong and people love it. And for years, people were saying, the Polish people were saying, why don't you record it in Polish, this CD, and at least the morning meditation? And I had so much excuses, so many excuses. And I kept on saying this, I don't have time, and this, I need to translate it, and bullshit, okay? And because of the coronavirus, I've been interviewed with a Polish podcaster, and on the interview, I've said, and I'm going to give you my morning meditation. And I thought, shit, I can't because I don't have it. It's in English. I need to translate it because people listen to it in Poland and not all of them speak English. And even if they did, they prefer to listen to it in the sort of, in the language. So what I haven't done for 15 bloody years, I sat down and I did in one evening. And it's already moving around, and people are coming back to me with gratitude and saying, oh my God, it's made me feel great. And yesterday I went for a walk in the sunshine and I actually listened to it myself again. And it's not perfect. I'm making mistakes there. It's not outstandingly perfect, but I've done it. And perfection, it's selfish because we can never do anything perfect. So, yes, Fran says, I highly recommend my morning meditation. Zina says, I eat garlic, a lot of fruit and vegetables. Yes, and you can eat lots of garlic now because people won't come near you anyway. So, yes. So many people I know are creating the most outstanding things. They're coming out of the shadow, even though they think they don't, they were not able to work online. They are. In fact, I want to share with you a story of one of my friends who I love very much, and she was listening to this live, so I don't know if she's still listening, that she's worked with me for many years, and sometimes when I couldn't come and see her, she would do her amazing work, adjusting my body, adjusting my soul. And I was actually asking her to work online on the phone, and she did. And the impact that the sessions had when she worked with me without seeing me and touching me was equally powerful, and sometimes even more, So because opening herself up and coming out of the shadow and working with people online, it's being generous and loving now, because people need her more than ever before. Why should she be waiting for the coronavirus to pass? Go and work with people, stretch yourself, expand yourself, do things you have never done. People who have never been using social media, never been using Zoom, jumping on Zoom. Kids are working on online now, teachers. And I think this is amazing. So now, one of the things that I've decided to do, and this is where I need your help. This is where I need your help, guys. I have I've been on a course last weekend, and there's a guy on this course, Boone, who is an amazing, lovely man, but he's also a specialist in creating podcasts. So if you want to create a podcast, he will help you to set it all up, tell you what microphones to buy, and all of that. He's helped many people to reach huge audience just in few weeks or few months by going online and creating a podcast. So if you're thinking of creating a podcast, contact me and I put you in touch with him. But anyway, we were speaking, coming back home, and we suddenly came up with an idea that we too need to create a podcast. And the working title is not the real title, was The Blessings of Coronavirus. And because I'm getting so many information, so much stories from people about the blessings that they are actually experiencing. And I'm not even talking about the small little blessings, like that people smile more, they connect, they feel grateful, that we have a blue sky, that there is stronger connections in the family, that they are basically finding more time for themselves and working out things and planning things. But we're talking about big things, that families never speaking together for 20 years and contacting each other and healing the problem in the family. That's huge. Or someone not creating something they wanted, and now they sat down and they created a program and putting it online, and suddenly from having no money and struggling, making quite a substantial amount of money, doing something that people want more than ever before. So I've decided to do two things as a result of coronavirus. There we go. And that's the blessing for me and for others. So number one, I want to create a podcast that it's going to be focusing on the unexpected gifts and blessings in challenging situations. So if you've gone through a trauma, a challenge, broken heart, even maybe death of someone or illness, something that wasn't easy, something that you thought may even break you, but actually it built you up and made you stronger and created something amazing. Okay, so for instance, I just want to give you an example. In 1606, Shakespeare was forced to sit in isolation for a very long time because of the Black Death. So there were huge illnesses and plagues so many times in the history of this world, and one of those times was 1606, and obviously he couldn't go to work, so he sat in isolation and he was quarantined, probably by choice, and he wrote King Lear, Macbeth, and Cleopatra. So what can you do in this time? What can you create that people absolutely need? And you've always wanted to do this, but you never had time, okay? Or you didn't have enough courage to do that. And I think we live now, and this is so important what I'm going to say, we live in the time that we fucking cannot be selfish and give in to fear of not being good enough, not being perfect enough, being judged, being criticized. We actually need to show up in our greatness and step in. You probably, if you're listening to it, you bloody have something that everybody needs, or at least some people need, and you need to put it out there. So if Shakespeare was able to use the quarantine very wisely, why can't you? Another example is Isaac Newton. He during the plague, he also couldn't move around and walk around, and all the university classes were cancelled. So he didn't really have time to create things when he was teaching, but then he had time to create his calculus that has obviously been used for so many years since then. But he did that because he was caught in the plague, and he had to sit out and created it. So if he can do that, why can't you? Why can't we? Absolutely. Let's use it to our advantage. Let's use this bloody coronavirus, actually not bloody, blessed coronavirus, to create something that you've always wanted to do, that you needed to do. And so I need your help now. Okay, so first of all, I would love you to start creating, like you see on the internet, so many people singing, dancing, creating funny things, creating powerful things, doing meditations, contributing. I want to invite you to be part of it, and share with people, even if you think they've got nothing special to offer, share with people something beautiful. Be part of raising vibration and peace. Spread peace, not fear. So what can you do? What can you give to more than one or two people that you are living with? What can you do to create a sense of greater peace, expansion, hope, and progress, and raising vibration on this planet? So that's number one. Number two, I want you to help me with coming up with the name for my podcast. So it cannot be the blessings of coronavirus, because the coronavirus will go away at some point and people will still have dramas and challenges. So I think I have some names here, and I think I can't actually find it now, but I'll put the question with the titles, and maybe you can contribute and tell me what you think. So one of them was I hope it didn't disappear from my computer overnight. One of them was The Unexpected Blessings of Crisis, and The Silver Linings. And I've got a few titles like that. So I would love you to help me to come up with the title. But it will be basically sharing with people how people went through crisis, problem, challenge, through transformation, and then success and positive impact, where they had positive impact on other people and they've made a difference on the planet. Okay, so that's that. And the other thing is that I would love you to give me support on. I've also decided to create an app, a phone application, which is going to be called No More Fear. Okay, so it's going to be very helpful for people when they are fearful, challenged, scared, to go on the phone, open the app, and reconnect with the peace, let go of the fear, and be more peaceful. So what I would love you to do is also to help me suggest what would you want on this app. How many meditations or things would you like to have on it? What would work for you best? How long those things should be, because they cannot be as long as this video, because nobody has time to sit for hours and hours and listen to me. Would you want those sessions to be 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes? So you see, I'm creating, my brain is working, and I'm utilizing this time to create great value for you, for the whole planet. And I hope you're doing the same. Right. So have I said everything that I wanted? I also wanted to tell you that in times of crisis, people's creativity kicks in more than ever before, and we very rarely grow rapidly if we're in comfort zone. So when people go through very challenging times, they're then able to tap into all their creative power, to their soul, to their wisdom, to their intuition, and they can start expanding very rapidly. And so what I would love you to do is to think, if this coronavirus, if this challenge could be the source of your biggest opportunity, what could it be and how could you use it? Okay. For instance, like during the .com bust, the Google and PayPal has been created, which we all now use, right? So when everything was going downhill with the .com, this happened, and Google and PayPal has been created as an answer to the crisis. And then also in 2008, Airbnb was created during the biggest financial crisis. Again, as an answer to some of the answer to some of the needs that people had. Fran is saying, yep, the app would benefit so many people. I would recommend keeping it simple and short to match people's attention span. Yes, Magdalena says, I feel even more creative. There we go. I'm getting this messages from people. They feel creative because they have time, they have space, and they're slightly pushed out of their comfort zone. So let's use it that way. Okay, so we have nearly been online 43 minutes, and that's very long. Thank you so much for staying with me so long, but I have now the meditation for you that will increase your sense of peace and serenity. We're going to be connecting with your angel, your personal guardian angel, and with the Archangel Michael, who is going to bring us some greater sense of peace, also to the planet, not just to us personally. Okay, so if you have phone on, of computer on, that is going bing, 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 please switch it off, like I'm going to switch mine off. And yes, so Melanie says, very inspired now, and I affirm Gosha coming out of the shadow. Yes, Melanie, you are the most incredible healer, powerful healer, and you will help so many people. People need your words, people need to see you online. And in fact, I'm going to get on top of you now and not leave you alone till you do something, because I want to share you with people, Melanie, because you have got so much wisdom, so much soothing energy in this challenging time. So I want you to, I'm actually going to interview you in a live in the next week. So there we go, my love. Get ready. So guys, it's time for our meditation. And so please find yourself sitting very comfortably with your spine straight. And bring your attention back to your body. Just allow yourself to dedicate this meditation to peace, your own personal peace, but also ask that this meditation will create powerful, immense peace for the people around you, for this city, this country, but also the whole planet. So we are doing this with intention of generating increased amount of peace, serenity, and the vibration of love. So as you're breathing through your heart, I would love you to focus on some of the gratitudes, some of the appreciations that you can absolutely focus on. What are you grateful for right now about this whole situation of coronavirus, of COVID-19? What are you grateful for? What has happened in the past few weeks that would have not happened otherwise? What are you grateful for? I would love you to breathe into your heart, relax your shoulders, relax your jaw, relax your forehead beautifully, relax your back. Feel yourself touching the ground with your feet, gently and softly. And allow yourself to feel held in safety and love by the chair you're sitting on, or the ground, or the bed, wherever you're sitting. Feel yourself being held by that object. And allow yourself to feel safe, relaxed, and at peace. Because right now, in this moment, you're absolutely safe. You're absolutely okay. In this very moment, all is well. And as you are breathing into your heart, let's see this beautiful golden light coming out of your heart in all directions, like a ball of light spinning gently. And as it spins, it throws this incredible energy around you that uplifts and generates enormous amount of peace, an enormous amount of love. So this beautiful golden light is pouring out to the right, left, top, bottom, front. And as this light is pouring out, you allow yourself to drop deeper into relaxation, deeper into your peace. Breathe deeply again. Breathe out. And again, deep breath in and let go of anything you no longer need. And as this beautiful golden light is pouring out, make an intention that with this light, you will spread peace, serenity, hope, joy, creativity across the planet. So see this beautiful golden light moving beyond your room you sit, beyond the house, beyond the city where you are, and moving very rapidly towards the country and sending deep sense of love, peace, creativity, and serenity to the country you live in. Sending love to all the people in it. Raising vibration just by intention, raising vibration for everything and everyone, for there to be peace. And then the energy is growing even faster. The energy is expanding. The beautiful golden light goes beyond your country, Europe, America, Australia, Asia. And then the energy is expanded to the whole planet. And then when you are expanded with it, just want you to bless yourself, bless people, bless everybody. From the bottom of my heart, I bless myself with long life, with a beautiful long life. I bless my work, my creativity, that I create the most amazing, helpful, useful things that bring value to people. I bless my finances with beautiful flow and abundance. I bless every single cell in my body with perfect health. I bless my family, my friends, my colleagues, my neighbors with long life, peace, serenity, creativity, clarity, excellent decisions. I bless every single cell in their body with powerful immunity. I bless the whole world. And I ask the vibrations on this planet are raised enough for people to wake up to their true power, knowing how powerful they are, knowing that they have impact and effect on how they work, how much they earn, how healthy they are. So just make this blessing, send this intention, and send it out. And see the whole planet vibrating at very high level, very high frequency, everybody smiling and being healthy and well. And so, right now, I would like you to feel the presence of your guardian angel. Now, if for some of you who may not even believe it, just play with me. And if you did have a guardian angel, where would she be standing right now? To the right, to the left, to the back, to the front? Where is the guardian angel? And get a sense of the quality, the vibration of this being. What kind of energy do you sense? And then imagine that this angel stands behind you and outstretches its wings and puts those wings around you and crosses those wings on your chest and soothes your energy, your nervous system, and uplifts and upgrades your whole body to the next level of efficiency. And he upgrades your immunity, that it's at its highest. And see that through his hair wings, this beautiful golden light flows into your body. And then you see the wings open up, and he basically caresses and moves the wings through your body, on your body, and through your aura, shifting anything that it's been stuck there for a while, any thoughts that don't serve you. And he moves his wings through your aura, removing any limiting beliefs about things you can or you cannot do. And he cleanses your heart from any sadness or fear. And all the energy in you and around you are being cleansed by the move of his wings. And he just shakes it off you with a big smile on his hair face. And as he is moving his wings and through your body, through your aura, he smiles and he gives you a message. See what he will say about you now. What do you need to know right now? And what do you need to do right now to be safe and to use this time to your highest advantage? What are you called to do for yourself and for others? So as the angel is now standing in front of you and smiling and delivering your message, what do you need to do? What do you need to know in order to upgrade your life? How often do you need to connect with your angel? How often do you need to speak to them? What's the best time? Ask, what do you need to focus on the next few days? That will bring more peace, more serenity, more expansion, more clarity into your life. Just keep on breathing gently and softly into your body. And thank you, angel, for looking after you since you were born. And now, take another deep breath in Breathe out. And I want you to imagine that you see beautiful army of angels gathering around you. Not just your guardian angel, but there is thousands of them. One of them is Archangel Michael. And I would like you to make a prayer, a request, and ask them to go and sit and be and do exactly the same thing that our guardian angel did for us. To all the major leaders on this planet, the ones who are making good decisions and ones who may not making the best decisions, to be in the energy field, to uplift them, to breathe wisdom into their mind, and see the angels floating out of this space and in thousands or millions, and going to all the leaders, and also going to all the people who need it the most, who are scared. So they will be now at this very moment embraced in the same way as you are embraced and held lovingly, and cleansed of all the fears and panic and anxiety. And ask the Archangel Michael to go and remove anything that stops us from being 100% well and 100% peaceful. Now ask the Archangel Michael to bring clarity of what needs to happen next, on every single level: economical level, healthcare level, government level. What needs to happen next in order for us to upgrade our humanity and make very wise decisions for the future generations, to be healthy, well, and joyous, and for the planet to be clean. So ask the Archangel Michael to now go and help those who have the highest level of impact. And imagine Archangel Michael spreads his wings and he holds the whole planet. And when he holds the whole planet, he moves exactly the same way as your guardian angel did, taking off the planet all the limiting beliefs, all the scarcity, all the greed, all the holding on to power, all the focus on the wrong things. And he basically, with his wings, shakes it, moves it, uplifts it, gets rid of it, making space for the new. And then when he shakes it and cleanses the planet, you send love. All the angels are helping him. And then when the energy is raised to the highest possible point, divine love and divine purpose, divine plan, it's being introduced to the planet. So you see, from the above, from the divine love, flows the new program, new plan, new activation of energy, of wisdom, of our minds, of our hearts, wisdom, love, joy, peace, very wise decisions. And let's ask that the whole planet is now run at the highest level of divine perfection. And everything that is no longer supporting this planet be removed immediately in the name of love. And with this loving energy, thank all the angels for all the help. Archangels, your guardian angel, very slowly, very gently, come back into your body. But before you open your eyes, just once again, make sure that you're feeling very grounded, connected to the earth, to the planet, and ask yourself, in order to have the most spectacular shift in my life and go to the next level and turn it into success, what do I need to remember in order to have the most amazing life from now on? Successful, peaceful, happy, healthy. What do I need to do for the next few days? What do I need to focus on? How do I need to spend my time? Who do I need to call? Who do I need to help? And ask your angel, how do I need to show up in the world? How do I need to be in order to make the biggest difference possible? How do I need to show up in the world to make the biggest difference possible? And just coming back to this picture of being held in the loving embrace by your guardian angel, feeling safe, feeling calm, feeling clear, and the vibrations of love still going in all directions, uplifting people you know, helping them to feel peaceful and wise. And then take a deep breath in, coming back, stretching a bit. Thank you for coming back. Thank you so much for being here, my beautiful beings. How are you feeling after meditation? Do you want to share anything? Any experience or message you've had from the angel? Martin Abraham says, you are my guardian angel. Thank you, Martin. How am I your guardian angel? Shamna, thank you for joining us. Okay, so if anybody wants to share anything that had happened in the meditation, please do. Otherwise, I just want to remind you, you are the source of power. You are the one who is changing everything, who is creating the new world, the new situation on this planet. So please don't feel powerless. You are powerful beyond belief. And every single meditation, every single setting intention, every time you connect to your soul, every time you meditate, you're making a difference, not just to yourself, but to the whole planet. Okay, namaste, sweet one. That was beautiful, wonderful. Thank you. I love you. Zina, thank you. I love you too. Okay, so please keep on sharing with me if you have any questions right now, if you need any support. And I also wanted to say that if you know anybody who is actually unwell, who caught virus, please let me know, because I actually would like to recommend that we create the power of intention, the group of 8, sending people love, sending people healing. But so far, I don't actually know anybody who is been seriously affected by that, luckily. But if there is anybody, please let me know. Okay, so I wish you the most beautiful day, sunny day. I'm going to go today and walk barefoot again and pick up nettles to make a nettle soup for myself. And if there is anything that you would like me to share next week, I would love to hear from you. And Shamna says, I would love to know those last questions we've asked the angels. Very good, Shamna. Lovely, lovely. I will write them in the description of this video. While you are talking, I had an inspiration that the title of your book is Perfect and It's Perfect and Perfect. Oh, your title of the book. You mean the title of the podcast? Perfect and Perfect. Oh, I like that. Perfect and Perfect. Need to consider that. Thank you so much, Martin. So lovely to be here with you today. I'm sending you my blessings, and from the bottom of my heart, I bless you with increasing peace, increasing love for yourself and others, increasing creativity, wisdom, and confidence to share with the world all your gifts and talents in its full glory. And I bless you in financial flow, and I bless you with the sense of deepest love for yourself and for the world. And I bless you with long life. It's done, it's done, it's done. Lovely. Thank you very much. Have a beautiful day, and looking forward to seeing you next week or before. Lots of love.